this one, but not yet. Thank you, and I'm quite humbled because the fact is, I'm no more than a fan of Steve than anybody else here. Being a former teacher myself here in New York State, I have a soft spot for working with students, and I feel as our responsibility as a corporation, we don't give back enough to education. We don't give back enough to students and learners who are eventually going to run this country. I met Steve just on a whim, and I got to talking to him, and long story short, I taught a 40-minute class. I flew down from Rochester, New York, and I taught a 40-minute class. And that simply wasn't enough for these kids. They were craving information. They wanted more. So the next day, Steve and I talked. I said, Steve, we need to do something more than just a 40-minute class. So I said, listen, here's what we're going to do. We're having a training in Boston, and that was for Janice's company. I said, here's what we're going to do. You gather all your students who are doing good in school, who attend class every day, and I will pay for them to come attend the training. With collaboration of Boston Cityscape, Janice helped get us some 5-star hotels. We went out and had great dinners. And what that did is, you have to understand, one of the things you have to provide people is the vision. You have to provide them the opportunities to experience how life could be. Because if you're stuck in depression and you're stuck in poverty and that's all you ever see, that's all you're going to think is the norm. So we want to give these kids a chance to reach out. Now, here's the catch though. Okay, I don't give anything away. Okay, I only give it to the people who want to be helped. Part of our whole corporate philosophy is, not to hand money to people. What we do is we take our middle management, our upper management, and we actually put on our work clothes and we go out and get dirty teaching the populations that we're trying to impact. You can only be helped if you want help. Okay? One of the things that was ironic, I picked this magazine up at the airport, and it's a story about Fat Nation. It's worse than you think. And as I scrolled through the article, there's a picture of a classroom with a student growing food inside the classroom. Okay? Well, this training you have to really appreciate, because you can have the greatest training program in the world, but if you don't have job placement, what good is that training? Yeah. So, it's our opportunity to take the next step right here in the Bronx. Okay, we're going to talk about this. Lizette, can you hit this movie right here? This is our next phase training facility. This is what we call our GLT food factory. This is where we're actually growing food in the vertical plane. By the way, we are the only company in the world truly growing food vertically. Okay, we're taking existing or abandoned buildings. In this case, this is a building in the Middle East where we're implementing this technology. The first floor has what we call our fermentation process, where we're actually creating growing media. We're raising chickens, and then we have what we call our A-frames. These A-frames are growing food. We can take new buildings, we can take existing buildings, retrofit them to be urban agricultural centers. So what do these centers provide? Number one, these people that we're training now have job placement. This is food. This is something that we're always going to need. It's not a retail operation where you buy the magazine and that's it. No. In addition, we want to create living wages, not minimum wages.
Yeah.
Okay? You're talking about having food security, number one, grown organically, using buildings that can be rehabilitated now as profit centers for our government, and they can recoup the taxes on these buildings. It's a true win-win. It's a financially sustainable practice. In addition, now we're providing good-paying jobs for people who can walk to work. And if we start with one facility in one neighborhood, it's something that can be expanded into different neighborhoods. How many people have ever walked into a building and picked strawberries off the wall in January? We're doing it. We're doing it right now. So, in short, what we've provided this group of young people is an opportunity. Are they going to have a job tomorrow? No. But now they're much more employable. They have the know-how. And now we're going to take them to the next step. Okay, this is not thank you for attending our training. Now it goes to the next level. So thank you guys. You know, there's a true love affair. Every single one of you have become, you know, my personal friend. You know my door is always open for you, and I'm looking forward to a long journey. Okay, so thanks for having me.